What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Beyond the Console. This is video number 1. This could be the beginning of a, hopefully, very exciting adventure on this channel. We're going to do something a little bit different here, or certainly different from what I've seen on YouTube. What we're doing with this channel is we are going to try to cruise and then just talk about various different topics. We're going to talk about real life topics. We're going to talk about advice. We're going to talk about all sorts of various different things on this channel. But the aim, like I say, will be to pretty much drive and just chill and just conversate. I think this could be a really fun thing to do and something a little bit different to the majority of channels that you do see on YouTube in 2025. Trying to make it a bit different, and also a lot of people say that I could talk for England. You know, I'm always loving conversations, rambling and talking on these topics. And this has all kind of come about through quite literally having this conversation on this very topic that this video is about with a few friends. And then they just said to me, you do realize that this would be an interesting topic to talk with people on YouTube about. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should do that. So this is the first video on Beyond the Console. If you are new and you do like what you hear, like what you see, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. And as I say, this could be one of those things you look back on and it's like, wow, this is where it all began, huh? So today what we're talking about is AI and jobs. I think that this is something that over the next couple of years is going to be a very hot topic, and it's something to be very aware of. You know, I have a friend who started with graphic design all the way back in 2012. He has been doing graphic design for all sorts of different people. He's worked with Central C, the rapper. If you're from the UK, you probably know who he is. He's done work with various different other YouTubers and the Sidemen, and he's done all sorts of different, you know, graphic design based, I think, in London. So he's worked for studios. He's now working freelance. But if you're aware of this, then you probably have seen that ChatGPT has took the world by storm only in the last few weeks through bringing out this new image generation thing, which can do pretty much anything you could ever bring your mind to think. If you want a YouTube banner created, this thing can do it. If you want YouTube thumbnails, it can do it. If you want to make a flyer for a band, it can do it. If you want to make, this is something that he did for Central C, a cover for a song. Obviously, ChatGPT can do it. And what this is doing is pretty much replacing people that have put their lives into these different things, because it makes not only it basically free, you do get a free subscription with ChatGPT to do this, but also it is pretty cheap in comparison, even if you're paying for the ChatGPT service, which gives you unlimited generations. So yeah, it's pretty crazy because his rate would be hundreds of pounds to create these various different things for people. It would obviously take many hours of work, sometimes even days, and ChatGPT can do it in 30 seconds. Now, another friend that I have is a coder, and coding is considered to be one of those jobs which, if you know how to code, you're going to be making a lot of money. It's a very high-paying job, and it's something that they advise you to go to school for, and say if you master it, you know, you're going to be doing very well. Now, again, coding, AI, you can go to ChatGPT, and there's various other different platforms. You can type that you want ChatGPT to be a coder for you, and ChatGPT is pretty impressive, the things that I've seen, what it can do. Again, taking human coding to the point where how valuable is it going to be with these skills? Now, the thing that blows my mind the most is that these two people that I'm talking about are what you would claim to be very successful people. Very successful people, you know, they're definitely making more money than the average wage. But this is the thing. My one friend said to me recently, he was like, well, where are we going to be able to go with this? I don't know. I'm really worried about my future. You know, I've put my whole life into this. I went to university. I spent, obviously, the money to go to university. I had to pay back the loan. I studied for all those years, and now I've been working and doing this for about 5-6 years, obviously professionally, for himself, and then also underneath a company. And where am I going to be in 3 years from now, 4 years from now, if these tools are already coming through at this rate? That's the thing to add about this. It's AI has moved at such a pace. You know, you think a couple years ago, it was very poor. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff being done now. Another thing to bring up, I'm seeing adverts be created. I saw this advert the other day over on X, and it was insane. It was like a KFC advert that was made completely with AI. You can even upscale these different, clips, so it makes it like 4K. This looked so professional. If you saw it, you would think it was an official advert. This person made this with a couple of $100 worth of credits on various different sites. And this is something that KFC would pay $50,000 to, a studio, which would have tons of people to obviously create what would now be an official advert for them. But again, AI is just opening the door so that it can be done for a very, very cheap price, or even for free. And again, I'm saying it's a few $100s for this to be created currently. This is because at this time it is still very new. Give it another 3 years, I'm sure these adverts would actually be able to be created completely for free with AI. There's always going to be one of these platforms, isn't there, coming out? And then, like DeepSeek came out, if you're aware of that. DeepSeek came out to compare to the ChatGPT, and they sort of took the world by storm because they were able to replicate what ChatGPT could do, but it was done at such a cheap price. It was done for it was considerably cheaper. That's what I do know. And then they made it completely free to the public to use, whereas ChatGPT was only free for like a few different things per day. Then you had to obviously pay the subscription to use it in like an unlimited way. So yeah, I think this AI stuff in terms of jobs is something to be very, very aware of. Sometimes I think to myself, there must be people right now sat in college, sat in university. They must be studying these different things. They must be in animation classes, for example. They must be in graphics design classes, even music classes. There's another thing, AI and music. There's so many things that AI is going to affect. And this is where this video comes from and why this video has been made, because it's affected me too. Now, I was looking at jobs in social media, and it was announced just yesterday that for the first time, there is now a social media marketing analyst, and this AI can basically check into graphs, statistics, algorithms, what is the most searched tags, and all these different things in relation to YouTube and TikTok, and that would obviously be what a social media manager would be. So I sat here and honestly, I was sat here and I was thinking about all of this, having a conversation with a few people, and I thought, you know what? Social media manager, maybe I'll be out of a job in a couple years if I pursue this. So actually, we're going to try a little YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about real world things, life, and see if people get behind it. And that is what has led me to this video. But yeah, first video on this channel. I'm not going to go too much further than this. It was just a video to make people aware that this AI and jobs is something to be very aware of when you are growing up, looking into different things, thinking about what you're going to do. Has it affected you? Are you worried it's going to affect you? If you've watched this video, please do let me know in the comments section. Scary times when you really think about it. I feel like this is one of those topics that you could actually just talk about for like a whole hour. But I'm trying to condense this somewhat into like one video. We might even revisit this topic again. It's something we will potentially come back to. But like, I keep saying that we'll end the video here and like this is the end, but then another thing hits my mind, and it's like the final thing I want to say. This could even affect people that work the jobs like even in McDonald's, KFCs, places like that. It's like, think about this. How long is it really going to be until we see like a full robot controlled McDonald's? You could already picture it. You go to the drive-thru, they've got a claw handing you the food. It wouldn't exactly be hard, would it, for them to have a couple of these claws that are all, computerized and on timers, and they know exactly how to flip the burger and when to flip the burger, when to take the fries out. Like, when is it going to happen? Realistically, I would be shocked if in the next 5 years we do not see it. Probably somewhere like China. I've seen some stuff in China where, they got flying cars and all sorts over there now. China is just crazy. So I expect you'll see something like that pop up somewhere. And then once one pops up, you'll see a few pop up. And before you know it, even people, like I say, working jobs at McDonald's, KFC, I think will be affected. How long is it going to be for supermarkets, grocery stores, all kinds of shops? You already have Amazon stores that you walk in and I believe it like scans your Amazon card or something when you go in the door. Whenever you put anything into the basket, it's like in your basket. And then once you walk out of the shop, it's yours. Like it then takes the money out of your account. It's like, it's already getting to the point where people are being eliminated and all of these computerized things are taking the jobs. And it all started, if you really think about it, with grocery stores, supermarkets, of course, over here in the UK. And obviously the self-service checkouts, you know, that was like the beginning. But yeah, crazy, crazy thing. I think this is one of the most interesting topics, like at this current moment in the world. But I do feel like a lot of people, it just kind of, you see them, you know, that classic thing, they're just going about their day. Nobody's even like paying attention to it. Like it just kind of goes over people's heads. But I think some of those people that maybe are not thinking about this, they certainly will be thinking about it within the next, say, 4 or 5 years. So yeah, video number 1, Beyond the Console. This is my idea for a YouTube channel. Cruising, talking, and just having a conversation with people. Like I say, that's something that I enjoy doing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully somebody sees this video and it's not just me. It will only ever just be me. But if there's a few people out here, I'll be very, very happy. But yeah, thank you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. It's Beyond the Console. We out.